Hey teachers, it's Angel Bradford, and today we're going to talk about sharing within Google Drive with using your Google Docs, how to share your Google Docs with other people. So it's not very hard to find how to share it as far as where the button is because Google makes it very easy to find. The more difficult part comes when you're in the sharing section about making the right choices about who you're going to share it with and how they're going to access it, as far as like, are they going to be able to edit it, view it only, comment only, or whatever. You just want to make sure that you're very conscious about those choices. So if I'm in the share with others box, I can type in an email address and it will put the document directly into the recipient's shared with me folder. Now, the only thing that's a little bit different is you cannot put in just any Yahoo or organizational email into this. It has to be a Google email. So my organization, for instance, does not, we have a Google email address, but we do not use Gmail. So even though I would have to use that address to put in here with shared with me, it will not send an email to them, or they cannot get it through an email. It's just for purposes of being able to share the document in their drive. That's how you access their drive to put it into their shared folder. So that's what you would type in this location here. You would make sure that you're using an email address that Google recognizes as one of their own. And then if I hit send at this point, it's going to automatically end up in the other person's drive. There's no need to add a note because there's not an email sent that then a note could be attached to. So if you do this, you just have to let somebody know that, hey, I shared something with you, so that they can check their drive. Also important, when you're going to hit send to complete this step, you need to make sure that you've chosen whether they should be able to edit, comment, or view only. That's the important part whenever you're doing this step. At that point, if you've made your choices, you've got somebody with a Gmail address, you can hit send and you're done. If you want to just get a link that you can send to any outside emails, this is the place to do it. We can choose copy link right here, and we can get the link to put into an email that we were sending out to someone else. You may have gotten emails that say, click on this link and it takes you to a Google Doc. That's what this email is. I'm sorry, this link is. And again, you would want to choose if that's off, if anyone within your organization can edit it, if anyone can only comment on it or view it. And then if I click more, I get taken here, which I've got even more choices. Do I want it public on the web? Anyone with the link only, they have to have the link. Anyone within the organization, anyone within the organization with the link, or off. And then once again, you'd have to choose your different levels here. Also, if you wanted to get to the advanced features this way, you can click on advanced. You can see an overall view of everyone that is sharing this document. You can change the way that it's set up. One thing to notice down here where it says notify people, that's only if your organization uses Gmail, because it will send them a notification that someone shared something with them. But since we don't, it doesn't work within our organization. If you want to send a copy to yourself, that's only with Gmail users that are on the same domain. Again, this does not work if you aren't using it. And then you can say prevent editors from changing access or adding new people. That's something that you would want to do if you want to share it with them, but you don't want them to reshare it with someone else, or adding other people, or you're changing who can access it. And then if you want to disable the downloads feature where they can save it and print it at a later time. Those are the options for doing that. Also, if you don't want, if you notice right here, this link, it goes on and it keeps on going. In Google Docs, you do not get a URL shortener option whenever you're sharing. However, you can copy that link right here. And if you want a shorter email, you can just go to the Google URL shortener, and you can put that link in here. I'm going to go ahead and just paste it in, and then I can shorten it this way. Here's my short URL to paste into an email if I so choose. If you're using, I think it is, let me see, if I'm using a Google Sheet, I believe that I get a choice to shorten my URL. Click on share right here. I want to get my new shareable link. Nope, not Sheets either. So you would have to go and you would have to put it in at the third-party Google URL shortener site, which is not a big deal if that's important to you. Do not have a very long link in your email. Finally, once the document is shared with you. So let's just say that this is a document that I found in my shared with me folder, and it came from someone else. And this is something that I wanted to be able to type on and use it for my own document. If I begin to type in this document and it's shared with myself and someone else and possibly other people, we are all going to be accessing the same document. So if I want to be able to, if someone's sending me this as like a template or something that I can type in and I can modify as my own and save it and then use it on my own, it's very important that you make a copy of the document and it will put it into your drive, and then it is not shared with you as far as everyone's into the same document anymore. It is going to be your own copy of the document in your drive, and when you make adjustments or changes to the document, it will not affect the original document that was shared with you. So I'm going to say I want to make a copy of this, and it says share it with the same people. If that's what you want to do, if it's just something that you want in your drive. Now, as you can see, this was the original. It's called Sample Google Doc. This is the copy of the original. And in my drive now, I can see that I have the copy of the sample doc in here. And it's not going to be something that I'm going to be changing on a basis where it's going to change other people's copies as well. So those are just some basics about sharing and the importance of making a copy and how to use your Google URL shortener and different things that will help you just continue to become more efficient in your Google Docs. Thanks for watching. See you next time.